Yo, what is good, world? It's your boy, Calvin Leroy King the third. And as always, I have my lovely co-hostess with the most by my side, Miss Rici, the one and only.
Hey, y'all.
And we thank y'all for tuning in and turning up. And y'all for pulling up and popping out for another live taping of This, That, and the Third presents Third Thursday, the lifestyle show that gives you life. Literally. Now, we're going to begin the show in the best fashion we know how, and that's with shouting out two of our premier sponsors, beginning with none other than Maker's Mark. Shout out to everybody making their mark in their respective lanes and or industries.
And we also have Mountain High. Climb your way to the top.
Straight like that. So shout out to Gary and Gray for always pulling up, popping out, pulling up, and putting on in that order. And now we're going to begin with some new news for all y'all new news. So Miss Rici, what's topping off our news segment this week?
So let's just get right into it.
It sounds sad already.
I woke up. You had put it in my DMs.
I be sliding.
I took a nap. I woke up. I was like, oh, they're still talking about it.
Was there a game? What was it?
So I don't even know how to say his name. I just know him as
the coach for the Celtics.
As Nia Long's husband.
Nia Long's husband, Mr. Long. Pause.
Okay, so
what this nigga do?
How this came out?
Who this nigga do?
Apparently, he was dating. He had a relationship, a consensual relationship, with a female staff member of the Celtics.
Straight up.
But I also heard that it wasn't really her.
That told, or it wasn't really her that he was doing?
They're saying.
Oh, they just used her as the fall gal?
Yeah, I heard it was an executive's wife.
I did hear rumblings of such. I heard rumblings of such.
But who are we? I mean. But
if you can imagine and picture, just in your mind, just picture, close your eyes and picture the wife of a Boston Celtics executive. She's probably white. So they're not going to picture her, are they? Not going to say he was smashing the overseer's wife.
The girl that they posted, I mean, she was real light. She was
skewing beige. She was skewing beige. But she definitely she had sister curls. So they probably paid her a little bag on their table and said, I mean, you too? Me too. You know what I'm saying? But he was probably smashing both of them, but they just used her as the fall gal, I think. I think he was getting it in. Did you hear the reason why he said he chose to be infidel?
No, what did he say?
He said, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Did y'all hear that? He said he ain't trying to smash Nia on her period, but he still needs to have sex during that time period. Whoa. Yeah. Bloody murder. Gary got something to say. We have our first comment of the night.
Yeah. So, this is funny that you say that. So, I dated a girl, a woman, a lady.
Tell us about it.
Beautifulness. And that was one of the kind of like
caveats?
Premier caveats of the relationship. Mm-hmm. That when
the meat is rare, don't go there.
As long as I was respectful and delightful, I would be exonerated if something happened.
Oh, so you had a hall pass during that 7 to 10 business days.
Fuck, I did, and man, that's hard. That's hard on a brother. Just to let y'all know, it's not as great as it sounds.
I'm sorry, what's hard? Waiting 5 days?
No. What's hard is managing all of that.
You saying you're getting a hall pass during that time period, literally, and you're saying it's hard to stay in that window.
Her on her
cravings?
No, manage the girlfriend and the wife or such.
Well, she shouldn't be a girlfriend. She should just be a dip, sneaky link on them 5 days.
Yeah, who does that for like 6-7 months and still be a sneak?
You gotta cheat responsibly, brother. You gotta cheat responsibly.
Hey, no, I'm great. I'm not being funny, but I'm just saying.
He said, I'm great.
I'm great. So, if you great, some men are great. And I'm just saying, it'd be hard. I may be able to relinquish my little feelings about it, but maybe this person may not.
Yeah.
All right, Magic Johnson.
And that's just a week.
Right. A month though. So that's 12 weeks.
I'm trying to tell you. I just had to drop that on y'all. Hey, that shit ain't that much fun.
All right, man. But no, I mean, okay, we got a comment over here. Kick it over here. Yo. But man, just all my nasty niggas, raise your hand. Y'all be fucking on the period, real quick.
James.
Yeah, no, James, give it up for James. Give it up for nasty ass James, y'all. But no. Ladies. Hey, let me just ask this. I joke and I kid. Do y'all think that that's nasty or is that natural? It's natural, you say? It's natural. Judy, it's natural?
I think it's a preference.
We'll get the mic to Judy in a second.
I think it's your preference.
It's
However,
how you like your steak?
I feel like it's also a break. Give me a break.
For you?
Give me a
Right.
break.
She said, this nigga's been pounding on me for weeks. I can't feel my legs. What were you going to say?
For a man, a grown man who's experienced life, I'm 50.
Okay. So you're a grown man. You're a grown man.
My thing is, and I got my girl here with me, she know who I am. I think it's ridiculous to be cheating on your girl after a certain age. It's childish.
After a certain age. Okay.
It's childish. I'm
It's
talking
childish.
about
It's immature.
No,
It's immature.
seriously. And the fact that what she said, people should do whatever the fuck they want to do
Yeah.
as adults. But be honest with that person you with.
Cool. True. So they can make an informed decision whether or not they want to stay with your nasty ass. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's real.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
real.
But at least I know.
Yeah. Give it up for Grown and Sexy in the building, man. We're Grown and Sexy. Kick it back to Judy. We love Judy. She's a loyal subscriber.
Yes, and I was like in my late 20s when Dr. Chai told me that you shouldn't be having sex during your period because if women have a heavy one or something, you could create a blood clot could get lodged somewhere.
Or a puddle.
Blood clots are never good, so just be careful out there, and you guys all know your own body better than anyone else.
Yeah, give it up for Judy with the science. She got the science. She said, what the blood clot? Ace, you got something to say? You got something to contribute, Ace 2 in the building?
Just real quick, this is just me personally.
Go ahead.
Person told me like, man, I'm on my period. Then I'm like, nah, I'm cool. But if I get the cracking and shit, I bring that motherfucker down, you know? It's kind of a rock and a hard place. So I just think the preference would go for like, do I knowingly want to jump into some shit that's bleeding? Absolutely not.
Right.
It's not a turn on. I don't want to look down and, you know what I'm saying?
Murder, death, homicide.
There are times when, you know what I'm saying, you get to going and shit, and you be like, man, this motherfucker a little too
gushy.
You know what I'm saying? And you oh shit, and you like, man, what the fuck? Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was 2 days away.
Right, let me call the police.
Man, we ain't hearing some murder scenes. So,
But ladies,
you know, that's why you gotta ask people, cause if motherfuckers is fucking, like, you probably had that situation where you done brought some shit down, but it's a matter of, did a motherfucker tell you before that they were bleeding, and you said, man, fuck that, I'm in, I need it now.
Right. It's my pussy and I need it now. Peter Francis Geraci, man. But I just say it like this. Is it really that women be saying, you made my period come down? Or they just lied about being on their period in the first place?
Wait.
Like, I don't really know. We be knocking it out like we be thinking we be knocking it out. They just already be ready. And don't y'all get more frisky when y'all on y'all joint? Y'all like, it hype? Y'all hornier.
So where do y'all get like the whole sweet relief thing? Cause y'all be nasty as hell too. Like, relief.
Wait, what's the question?
Women are the same. Like y'all want y'all relief too during that week, and y'all won't say nothing. Y'all be real quiet, tight-lipped about what's going on. Quiet. It's quiet. You hear me? I'm saying women are the same way. They want it now too. So at that point, at that week when it's about to go down, and you know it, y'all know because y'all know y'all bodies. So that sweet relief moment when you in the bed with your guy, and your feet is touching, and y'all loving and all of that, and you just say, screw it. I'm not gonna say anything. And this dude sitting in the bed and all of this stuff happens. You see what I'm saying? Right, play with your phones. We talking grown. Sweet relief. That's what I'm
Ain't nobody ain't gonna admit to that.
Okay.
But I'm gonna get them
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm asking the question. What is it with that? Like, why don't y'all say nothing? What's
All right, last comment on this nasty ass topic. He said niggas is eating.
I'm just going.
Right, he said it went from panty droppers to panty clotters. Goddamn. Please, wrap us up.
Okay, well, I'm just going to go back and just go back off of what he just said.
Go ahead.
Me personally, red light don't mean stop. Just put the towel down, we can get it together, and it's over with.
Give it up for transparency, y'all. Give it up for transparency. Hey, say to each their own. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Half y'all got monkeypox anyway. Y'all ain't worried about no goddamn period blood. Come on, man. Moving right along.
Okay, but the point was to all these posts that I was seeing was basically they're like, everybody's so upset about this man having
Cheating on our queen.
that part.
He cheated on our queen.
But yet we're not talking about Brett Favre, and he's been stealing millions in welfare money.
I did hear about that. Like, is he a developer? Like, did he buy properties? Like, what is the story there?
Right.
What happened?
So that's the thing. People aren't talking about it because there's not much out there yet. It's
Oh,
just this
yeah.
big headline that he's been taking the welfare money from the people in Mississippi. They didn't say what city.
Not Mississippi.
They just said Mississippi, you know, and they said the poorest people. So they just
Right, not in my crooked letter. Why is he targeting? Why don't he do that shit in Green Bay? Go pick on them cheese heads.
because they wouldn't allow it.
But what's interesting though is how the media controls the narrative, because that did come out maybe a week ago, and now this whole Mr. Long pause came up, and now that's controlling the head.
Yeah, they want to,
headlines.
they would like to shift the focus.
Yeah, they want to shift the focus. See, but
that.
I think Brett Favre's scandal is more important and impactful than who Buddy is sleeping and cheating with. What if Neil Long gave him a hall pass like Gary obviously got? You know what I'm saying? Like,
We doubt it.
we doubt it. We highly doubt it. But it's just like, has she made a comment yet?
No,
Will she?
probably not.
Yeah.
Probably
Queen's moving
not.
silence.
Yeah, that
Okay.
part.
What else we got? New news for all these new news.
So this was sad. Okay, y'all know I gotta throw y'all some world news in there, right?
Come on now. What happened in Uganda?
Okay, besides the fact that the Queen is finally buried, festivities are over, we have moved on, no more breaking news.
Wait,
in the
what's
middle
that
of my
clap?
day.
Y'all clapping? Ding dong, the witch is dead? Damn, that's somebody's grandma, nigga.
But
She's also a slave owner. I get it. I get it.
it's over, right?
She's a great colonizer.
Right. So,
Okay.
so this young lady, 22, Marsha Amina,
Okay.
was accused of improperly wearing her headscarf in Iran, and she was murdered in police custody. Right. It was the morality police. They have
No.
morality police there. This
Do they
isn't
also have
funny,
fashion
really, but-
police? Goddamn. Like,
No.
what do you mean? She broke her job off to the right, and they was like, nah, nigga.
I don't think it was. I think the picture they showed, like some of her hair was out, and you know how they are over there, right?
You can't show that hairline.
She was taken into custody. Apparently, she died in custody, but they saying it was a heart issue. Other people saying it wasn't that.
What's
but
her name?
anyway, her name is Marsha Amina.
Does that translate into Sandra Bland in her native tongue?
Yeah, I
It
guess.
sounds pretty familiar story.
I guess, yeah.
Same. Dies in police
Yeah.
custody,
So anyway, they got a war going on right now, y'all. I just,
and that's in Uganda?
no, that's in Iran.
Ah, shit. I would flee as well.
Yeah.
That happened when? Like this week, yesterday?
yesterday.
God damn.
Yeah.
But you watch CNN? Where'd you get that?
World News.
World News, goddamn. That didn't make it on my timeline, goddamn it. I'm seeing all Nia and Tiffany Haddish, goddamn it. I ain't see no international affairs. Okay. What else we got new news about
Well,
news?
since we're talking about world news, over in Chile, like those people are fleeing here, and in
Where's Chile?
Venezuela.
I thought it was pronounced Chile, first of all. And where is it located? Like they got to swim? You can walk from Chile? You learn something new every day. South America. Like by Uganda. No. I mean Ecuador. Stop it. I don't have my globe with me.
You ain't got no
I
gloves.
don't have a globe. There's an app for it. Anyway, is it by Ecuador? I'm so sorry for being culturally insensitive. I'm sorry.
But anyway, so a senator sent a bus full of them to
Kamala Harris' crib. I did hear about that.
So I saw her in the interview, Kamala Harris, and she was basically saying these senators, they think
niggas
it's a
petty.
game. They got an agenda.
Yeah, these niggas
right?
petty.
But we really playing with people's lives because they putting these people on the bus and they have no idea where they're going.
Right.
Like,
Damn, that sounds like something out of Freddy Krueger movie too. You seen that recently? Niggas just stole a bunch of children, dog. Hey, did you see that clip of the nigga that got on the school bus and was hoeing kids? Like, man, you touch my daughter again, you
Yeah.
4th grade bitch.
Yeah.
I'll beat your ass. I said, whoa, that's aggressive. Send your daughter.
That was.
Send your daughter, bro.
Yeah, it was.
That was crazy.
I think he apologized.
Man, he bet this is my sorry for 2004 hit ass.
Yeah, I think he apologized.
All right, what else going on in the news? News?
Okay, so Kanye West.
What happened to Yeezy? What happened to Yeezy?
You know, it's sometimes, okay, yeah, we got to give people grace, okay? Because people go through things.
And they grow
And
through things.
obviously, he's a public figure, so we actually get to see him go through shit, right? Everybody can't see us go through our stuff.
He beard gang today.
So he made an apology to Kim Kardashian, who's the mother of his kids, and basically saying, you know, he's sorry for any stress he's caused.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the one good point he made, and I think, you know,
Not
all
the one.
men should be this way. Like, he was like, I don't want to cause her no stress. Like,
Type
she's
shit.
the person raising my children.
She's
She
rearing
should
my
be
children.
stress-free.
Type shit.
At all times. And I was like, that's it.
That's
was a
good way to
nugget
look
right
at it.
there.
That's a
Everybody
good way to
missed
look
it.
at
I
it.
know they
Right,
did,
right.
but that was a nugget. But then he said,
Oh, shit.
he's had to fight for every, you know,
His voice.
He
He had
in the
to fight for his
relationship.
voice.
He said that paralleled the same relationship he was having with Gap and Adidas.
Yeah.
So I think the blowout that we've seen from him is because all that shit was happening to him at once.
Yeah. And I think the common thread is that, you know, he's the common denominator, but this is how society looks at and treats black men if you let them. Black people, excuse me. Because they treat black women worse, I feel like. But society will try to test you and test your gangster.
Yeah.
And if you like fold or bend or break, they like, oh, he going. Let's give him more. And Kanye, I think, is a good example of, I ain't going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like taking the power out of the powers that be's hands and saying, man, I'm going from seed to garment now. Like Sway had been telling them. Did you see
So
he issued
he
an
also
apology?
apologized.
That shit was
Sway.
funny, bro.
And I
A
think
well-deserved apology.
when you go back to that interview and you look at it, Kanye was young. And he really didn't have the foresight and the
He
vision
was
to
younger,
really
but that nigga
see.
was 30-something.
Okay,
That
but
nigga's
for
early
men,
40s now. That was 9 years ago. He
for
was
men,
30-something.
that is young. That's men at 30 ain't
Yeah.
really, you know,
Yeah.
not everybody. You know, not all men are moving and grooving.
But Kanye, I mean,
Business-wise like
to this day, and he has some validity to what he says, but sometimes the way he emphatically says it is hard to really get what he's saying, right? So it's hard to separate the message from the messenger. But he was like, man, I ain't arguing with no nigga that got less money than me.
I mean,
I was like, and I get that, but like sometimes, like the way he's so condescending, the way in his tone, like the way he was talking to Sway, it was like, nigga, what's the answer, Sway? You don't have the answer, Sway. Like it was like, nigga, let me answer.
well, no, I didn't take it like that.
Man,
I
did you
took it
rewatch
as
the
to
interview?
being
He
like,
was talking to this nigga Sway like Sway was younger than him. You know what I'm saying? And it's a difference between, and I think DJ Academic is not beefing, but LL Cool J said something
Yeah, I
back
got
to him
that.
about it. But he was talking about how the pioneers of hip hop are broke, right? And it's like, man, they don't got nothing to show for it. And DJ Academic, who has contributed
Nothing.
barely anything to the culture and moving it forward, probably has more money than a lot of these pioneers and originators. But is money the factor? Or is age the factor? Because I was from an era where they was like, respect your elders. I don't care if your elder was broke. You know what I'm saying? You don't talk greasy to an elder because of age. It wasn't like you respect rich people. So now has the conversation shifted? Is it?
Well, with that, LL basically said just because a person doesn't have money doesn't mean they've made contributions to the culture.
That doesn't mean they haven't made it. Yeah.
Haven't made it, right? So that's what he was saying. Like we don't look at Miles Davis, John Coltrane's bank account. We don't. How much money did they make? How much money did Dorothy Dandridge
Did they have
make?
money
You know
back
what I'm
then?
saying?
Like,
Like,
these
how much
niggas,
money?
they were paying.
They had money.
Coins.
You know what I'm saying? They were affluent in the
And
society at that
comparatively
time,
speaking,
right?
Nigga, I make 80,000 a year, nigga. Fuck.
I mean, so that I saw that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But he's just the goofy.
Who? DJ Academic?
Yeah,
But
like-
and what I'm saying is, as a, I ain't gonna say fan, but whatever is right under fanatic, I'm that for Kanye. I respect Kanye's you
Yeah.
know shit, but I think that he says goofy shit. I don't think he's a goofy, but I think he says shit goofily.
and he may. Yeah.
So
he
that's
may.
all I'm saying.
But I agree. I ain't listening to. I'm not taking too much advice.
Yeah, it's like you gotta what they call chew the meat, spit out the fat.
Yeah.
Chew the meat, spit out the bones.
Bones, something
What's
like
that
that.
saying? Y'all ain't never heard that shit. Y'all like from Mississippi?
What, chew the fat?
Y'all chew the what's it called? Chew the fat. Spit out the bones?
No, just chew the fat.
No, it's the second part to it. I'll look it up. I'll Google it. But it's something about just take what you need from what's being said and don't listen to everything.
Right.
Yeah. But go ahead.
Okay, so Apple. I haven't done the update, but apparently they got a new emoji with the bonnet.
I have seen that. Have y'all seen the bonnet emoji? Y'all using it?
No.
That's sexist, man. When we gonna get the bonnet?
You want the bonnet?
I want a stocking cap emoji. I be wearing shit on top of my head at night, but there ain't no bonnet. Everybody?
Oh, I do.
All natural hair women?
I wear it in the shower, when I'm asleep. Sometimes I be sliding it off because I don't really be wanting.
But is that like a good thing? Is that the culture being represented, or is that like exploitative?
No, I think we
How do y'all receive
something
that?
else.
Who got something to say? Everybody, get that mic.
I'm in hair care.
How many people in here own more than one bonnet?
All the ladies, all the single ladies.
Okay. All right. Y'all
I'm joking.
I
I'm
only
joking.
own
I don't know if
one.
they
Y'all
single.
buy those bonnets from black companies? No black bonnet companies? No. I'm just asking. I mean, you got 3 or 4 of them, so you bought yours from a black? Where? Please tell me. So I can buy some of this stuff and put it in my shop. Online. I'm serious. I mean, that's all I wanted to know. We talking about bonnets.
Yeah, but we talking about the bonnet emoji. Are y'all using it? Yes or no?
I have not seen it.
It's a thing. It's a thing. But my thing is it exploitative?
What is it for?
or-
What do you send that to somebody for? Like a bonnet emoji? Like, what is the significance of it?
Like,
So
what does it
that's why I
say? How do you use it?
Right.
How do you use bonnet in a sentence?
Right.
So if somebody be like, Grand Rising, Queen, you send it back, nigga, I'm asleep. Bonnet emoji.
Okay.
I think.
Do that.
How else could you use it?
Or girl, you going out tonight? Bonnet emoji.
Bonnet emoji. Like, nah, I'm in the crib.
I'll take that because I think it would be because I really do hate to see our sisters walking down the
I do
street,
too.
in a store, at a restaurant. I just think that that's unnecessary. Like, we always got to downgrade stuff. Like, come on now. Like,
Yeah, I
that
agree.
is degrading to see our black women in pajamas, slippers, and a bonnet outside because we queens. I mean, you should always represent that. That's how my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my mother, whenever I seen them, they was in the house coat at home. They didn't represent that. Like, how you are, how you dress is how you be addressed. That's how I was raised. Like, my parents was like, that's how people treat you, is how they see you, your dress, your hair. I ain't saying you gotta have it all, but at least have a nice ponytail. Don't got to be all together.
Take
but
that
a
shit off,
bonnet,
basically.
come on now. That's degrading.
So hold on. No, give a round of applause. Give a round of applause. 'Cause I like that, man. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ever seen, I know y'all seen it, that picture, that Chicago picture called Sunday's Best? And it's just the 4 brothers, or the 4 young men sitting on that old school car, just chilling, looking like they coming from or going to church. Like, I wish I was alive during that era, low key. Like that era where Spike Lee and Denzel was walking down the street with the little zoot suits and swinging that arm. Like, I want to be, getting dressed on Tuesdays, just random. You know what I'm saying? But we don't live in that era. So my question is, if bonnets are not acceptable, if pajamas are not acceptable, are there any other no-nos for that? I'm finna run outside right quick. What else can't you wear? Because maybe people don't know. Maybe you see people at the airport. I see a lot of women at the airport just like they going to bed. I know you might be going to sleep on this plane, but baby, unless you're in first class laying down, look at that microphone over the tally. Oh, you got something? And then kick it to tally. Go ahead, Ace.
Real quick on that first topic, we talking about like the bonnet emojis being added to an update, but I don't think a lot of people, like y'all can probably look in y'all phones right now, and that's something I always wonder. Is like, you know how when you go into your emojis, you can always change them to a black or a brown skin emoji, but why the emoji that has the whole family, there is no adjustment for that. You can't go and do a whole black family emoji.
Cosby.
It's only a white family emoji.
I know, because
For real, but guess what? When you go do the 2 males together, there's a black one. You can turn the 2 males together with a kid to an emoji.
Hey, you can get
turn
real
the 2 women
specific on that.
together.
Y'all know the handshake one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hank be sending me one. It be his hand and
One
my hand.
black and one white.
Every
Right.
time, I mean, it be beige. One hand be beige and one hand be dark skinned.
It be light skinned.
That shit be specific, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
So you saying, what you call it? Don't recognize black families.
So yeah, I'm saying they like we talking about the bonnet, but if
It's
the bonnet
deeper.
is such a thing to talk about, why we not talking about they don't want to see us as if we talking about emojis, they don't
Right.
put a black.
Well, let me ask you this though:
as an emoji.
Can you do the bonnet in whiteface?
Well, no, they
That's a
talked
good
about
question,
that.
'cause
They
would you
talked
be able
about
to change that?
They said
Kick it
it
to
seems
Tommy,
like
kick it to
it
Tommy.
will be. It seems like it will be for other races, but then that was the backlash. Like, I wish I would see somebody white posting this, and it's like, well, yeah, it's gonna happen.
Hold on, get the mic, Tolly. Get the mic. Get the mic. Get the mic.
And
Get the
real
mic. Get the mic.
quick, I don't think like if somebody want to go to the airport,
You were saying
and be
other things that
relaxed,
you can't wear outside.
and people should be able to dress comfortably wherever they at. Like half these times you see millionaires sitting up in Starbucks or coffee shop with some tattered jeans and their bank account look a lot better than yours, and you worried about what somebody got on. If she want to go outside comfortable because she woke up and she got a bonnet and some flip-flops on, I guarantee you if she was trying to impress you, she would impress you. So let her be.
No, I agree with that one.
Y'all clap if y'all agree. He got some votes. He got some votes.
I don't agree with that just because, like you said, there are wealthy individuals who throw on a pair of Levi leggings, a hoodie, and go. It's just to have why it gotta be us?
Right.
Why we gotta be the ones doing
That's
it?
what I'm saying. Like, and I think it's a slippery slope as well. While I agree with the spirit of what you're saying, it's like it's very different what is appropriately casual for some than others. Like, I mean, you could be literally at the airport with your black family, and a nigga walk past with dick tick hanging out, and you like, yo, he like, I just felt like wearing these. What they called?
Coochie cutters.
The boy coochie cutters. What they called?
Hoochie
Hoochie daddy shorts, right? He said no draws, no nothing. I'm finna find a Phoenix. Fuck you, man. You know what I'm saying? Divert your eyes. And it's just like, bruh, please. You know what I'm saying? Or I like the no bra movement. I ain't gonna hold y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of that. But only if you got pretty titties. You know what I'm saying? Because what if you got them orangutan shits and you just out here double dutching? You know what I'm saying? I'm scared. Like, I'm scared. So it's like, it's levels to it, is all I'm trying to say. Let's paint a holistic picture. Go ahead, Tolly. What was you going to say about other items potentially that you shouldn't maybe consider wearing outside?
It's not an item, but one thing that really grinds my gears that I will just say a family member does, she will snatch her wig off anywhere, and she has the fuzzy Cleo set it off, getting ready to rob a bank.
No.
Braids.
Cornrows.
Yes.
Damn.
And it's not just the cornrows. It's just they like the little zigzag ones that look like a maze, and they're fuzzy because a wig has been on them all week. And she'll just snatch her wig off and won't care.
Damn, that's basically a hat, basically.
I think it is. She has hats that have wigs hanging from them. She has
crazy.
She has hat wigs. She has wax.
Damn.
She has wax.
She has wax.
And she'll just snatch her little wet off, and then there's the little fuzzy.
Okay.
I think that's inappropriate.
Anybody else got some big no-nos? Kick the mic over. I need somebody to run it over to Medina. We looking for no-nos, fashion no-nos when you outdoor. When you outdoor. Black people, speak up.
Okay. I don't particularly have a fashion no-no, but I have something to say based off of what she said.
Okay.
I feel like some people don't see the wrong in, well, I don't want to say the wrong, but I don't think some people notice how uncomfortable it makes other people look when they aren't presentable. You know what I'm saying?
People that they're with or people that see them?
People that they're with, people that see them, like they won't see wrong in it if they don't see nothing wrong with it. And
Right.
some people, like you said, with the wigs, like that grinds your gears, but to her, that shit is highly normal. Like
my head itch. I'm
yeah, well,
scratching
maybe we need to accept each other more or something. I don't know. It's weird. Like there's no guideline to it.
Yeah, it's a vibe, man. It's a vibe. Like if somebody came in here right now with a house coat and sliding their feet like the mom off Tom and Jerry, niggas would look. They'd be like, why she come out like that? But she like, I live next door. You know what I'm saying? I came from upstairs. I live in an apartment upstairs. You never know what her origin story could be.
But what if she was a millionaire? or a billionaire.
And that's the thing, we respect when we find out they got bread, we respect it a little bit more.
But you wouldn't know though. I'm saying.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
That's the thing, like a lot of people don't understand that it's colonialism that made us have to be that way. I do believe in grace. I do believe in presentation, but at the same time, it's like we need to have the grace to be human beings.
Right.
And
as flawed as we are.
And what's funny is that people who are sons and daughters of slaves and great-granddaughters and great-grandsons of slaves, we don't have that grace. We have to be better. We
got to show them we made it.
We always got to, we got to show our wealth, which is stupid as hell to me because I'd rather have property.
Yeah, that's facts.
And
that's facts.
walk up in here with some slippers on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's crazy though, because to Harlan's point, get the mic over to Tolly for me, James. To Harlan's point, a white millionaire, I believe is what he was describing, can have on some Levi Stratus. He could have on a Target shirt. What was that? Goodfellow. And then some New Balance. And we'd be like, oh no, but he's probably a millionaire. But you see a brother in that same get up and it's like, boy, get him. You know what I'm saying? And then you find out you're a millionaire, you're like, get your bum ass, millionaire ass, fuck about it. You're like, yo, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? We give, I feel, non-black people more grace than anybody. And I think that comes from the slave mentality. But that's a story for another day. Go ahead, Sally.
Nah.
Type shit. Rich broke.
Yeah. So to go off of what she was saying, the thing what gets me, even with the wig situation and all of that, but the most honest thing that being out here is kids. So my grandson literally sits up and he will see people in the store and be like, Grandma, why her ass out today? Right. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is like, it's really, like she said, about making you feel uncomfortable. Because if my 2-year-old grandson see you with your ass out and he just looking like, wait a minute, we don't supposed to be like that outside. Hold on. So yeah, it's gonna make me feel uncomfortable because I'm not allowing him to see it, but when he go out in the streets, of course, now he sees somebody else outside with their ass out and he be like, wait a minute, my mama don't even dress like this.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I think at the end of the day, it starts at home. You know what I'm saying? We think that the school is supposed to raise and educate our children by themselves. We think that the police is supposed to be the authority figure in our children's lives. We think that the fashion police is supposed to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you got to model a lot of this behavior. So, to all the parents or aspiring parents in the building, shit, lead by example. Go ahead, Tolly, close us out, and then we're going to go into a new topic.
I'm a very to each their own type of person.
Facts.
Gray area type of person. So yeah, that does grind my gears about that particular person when they do that. But I think there's a difference between going out and not being presentable when you are a black person. I mean, you can say, yeah, you're the sons and daughters and granddaughters. Well, not sons and daughters, but you're the granddaughters of slaves. But why should that mean that we should still go around not looking presentable? We also the granddaughters and grandsons and great granddaughters and great sons of people like Duke Ellington, or people like Ella Fitzgerald, or people who fought to have the right to look presentable. Malcolm X and the Zoot Suits. As silly as they look to us, that was sharp back then.
Yeah.
And it was a big thing to be able to dress up and to go to God's house and look nice in God's house. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with feeling like this generation should still be looking presentable the same way they look presentable. And I don't feel like just because we were slaves back in the day when we didn't have a choice should mean that we should make the choice to go out and look the way they expect us to look now.
Round of applause for Tolly.
I agree with that.
You better talk that talk, girl. All right, we're gonna move on to our next topic. I think that wraps us up for news and entertainment segment on this week's episode. This and the third. Literally? What, yes or no? God damn, you staring through me like.
Sure.
I am at the top. God damn. So now we're gonna move to our favorite topic on this and the third, which is none other than relationships. So what's topping off our relationship segment this week, Rici? How can I help?
Okay, romantically speaking, what draws you to people, or what has drawn you to people in the past?
What does romantically speaking mean?
Like when you see somebody you like, that you feeling. That you
I thought it was like, can you dig it, baby? Can you feel it, baby? I thought it was like spitting game. What is romantically speaking?
No, I don't ever see you spitting game. So answer the damn question, okay?
Look at me. But so romantically speaking, what's the question? I'm sorry.
What has drawn you to a person in the past?
Ooh, I like this question. So I love to see women operating in a gift or like in a passion. Like if I see you at work and you don't even know I'm there, and I just see you like doing your thing, running an event, saving a life, raising a dolphin, whatever you do, you know what I'm saying? Like I love to see women just operating a gift and in a glory. Another thing, romantically speaking, is like being aggressively passive. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I was having this conversation the other day about how like sometimes you could check in, you could make eyes with a woman across the room, and then she might give you the stank face. Like, nigga, what you looking at? I kind of like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard that there's a little game that she playing in that sense that's like, nigga, you gonna talk, you gonna speak, you gonna look. You know what I'm saying? I'll be kind of like, damn, okay, I kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like the aggressively passive women. I kind of like the women that are operating in their glory. And I would say just that effortless beauty. You know what I'm saying? And this is no disrespect to how y'all come, but I just love when a woman just like look like she not even trying, but she just bad as hell. You know what I'm saying? Just got on some joggers and some whatever, some very casual, basic, not a bonnet. Not a bonnet, but maybe a ponytail.
A ponytail.
Maybe a ponytail, maybe some Air Max.
I know.
Maybe how Rici be dressing normally, but like they be on some like not even checking for attention, and it's just magnetic and it draws my attention because I feel like when you kind of look like you trying to get attention, that'd be the one I'd be like, why you need attention? But the ones that kind of like, you know what I'm saying, I just came here to dance, that's it. I kind of like that shy, reserved, ain't checking for attention, and then I want to give you more, kind of on that, you know, chase the cat type vibe. Fellas, I want to hear from y'all though. What, romantically speaking, what are some things that draw you in?
What is it, Harlan?
Real. Why is it always what is it for me? That man saying whatever he want on the stage, orangutan, titties, and all type of shit. I ain't saying nothing about
Calvin and Rici. Come on, Harlan. Come
Check the
on.
screen, nigga. Check the screen.
Hey, no, I like when that confidence is not needed to be, you know, verified by anybody outside of yourself, and you can kind of see that. Like some people just, they look good, but they need somebody to constantly tell them they look good for them to really feel that confidence in themselves. And I like, it's kind of what you were saying, you know, that effortless beauty. But like, you look good and you don't need nobody. So when someone does give you a compliment, it actually, you know, makes you feel good because you don't need that validation, but you know, like, damn, thank you, I appreciate that. Like, you can actually accept that compliment, but know that, shit, I look good, you know? Yeah. So that feels good. And then also, to piggyback on you, that goal-oriented or career-oriented, when you got that down pat and even if you don't, but if you just got a vision and you're willing to be creative and work toward that, then that's attractive to me, you know? So those are my 2 tidbits for y'all.
Kick it over to Shy Guy, man. I want to hear from Joe. I would love to hear from Joe. Joe, give us give us one thing that's magnetic to you and draws you in.
Why would you put me on the spot?
Come on, man. Your voice matters, nigga. That's why. Go ahead.
I agree with you guys. I think just being confident in what you're doing, that's one of the things that I'm attracted to.
Because Joe done had some bad ones. Joe done had some bad ones. I wonder how he got them. I'm saying, damn, Joe. Go ahead, kick it over to Hank the Tank.
Repeat the question for me, please.
Okay. Hey, put on that.
I don't want to go on the tangent, man, but go ahead. What was the question one more time?
Romantically, what has drawn you to a person in the past?
In the past?
Mm-hmm.
Man, well, my taste has changed a lot. My taste done graduated.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, man, I was a sucker for a pretty face, honestly.
Yeah.
But like I really like what Calvin said. Like now I love seeing, like I love to watch a woman work. You know what I mean? Especially when she just coded whatever the hell she is, she do.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? If she a compliance officer or she this shit or she an insurance agent, like go ahead, girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Love girls that work in marketing too. It's something about that. But and then the other thing, man, like athletic women, man. I love athletic women.
What sport though?
Preferably any team sport. Volleyball. Softball. If you go hoop.
Them different body types though.
Yeah.
Them different body types.
Don't date hoopers too often because they shoulders ain't right?
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all heard that laugh, right? But yeah, athletics. Anything like some lateral movement, like even in solo sports, a woman that can play tennis or appreciate golf,
Yeah.
that's major.
Don't sleep on soccer either, brother.
No.
And cheerleading. You can get a scholarship for that. And there is. Anybody else, brothers, y'all want to put these young ladies on game? This. And another thing.
Now, come on, y'all. When I was younger, you know, I was more so like the more personality guy. Hey, how's her personality? You know, this might be the person I might end up with in the next 10, 15 years. Yeah, I thought like that. 43, man, I like ass. If you got a nice ass, oh man, that's the best shit in the fucking world, man.
Talk your shit, G.
Wow. Telling the truth.
Say more.
Dude, I'm not looking, look, man, I'm not, you want to get to know me? We'll go out to dinner. If I meet you, like, my first thought is, damn, she has a nice ass. She's athletic, but she has a nice ass.
Yeah.
So I'm just being honest. That's how we think.
I'm clear. Give it up for honesty and transparency one time.
Now, I like your personality too. I'm not just about.
Yeah. Whatever, nigga. The young and the assless. Hey, so now we want to hear from the women, though. All right, Medina got something to say. Regina got something to say. We gonna hear from y'all, man. What's something that attracts y'all about the men that y'all attracted to?
What attracted me to my husband for 25 years.
Straight up. Raul, hold it down, son.
Is, like you said, he was such a go-getter, and I love him that he's not aggressive, but he is comfortable as a man, and
Assertive.
he is a visionary, and he is that person that's like, he's stepping in God's presence. Like, he know what God put him on here for. I'm not a submissive woman, but he is a man that lead. He know what he want, and he know his role. And I don't care. Even like when we were friends 10 years before we were married, and just to hear how he was with his women, you know, it was like, man, he know his purpose. Like, I feel safe. I don't have to be a strong black woman. I don't have to. He know his. Hey, I'm here to provide, I'm here to protect, and I'm here to serve not just, you know, women, but to serve children. I mean, just he is walking in his purpose, and he do little stuff like you walk down the street, the woman is in the inside. When you get in the car, he unlock the door. It's like just little stuff that it's not like he's trying. It's just natural.
It's
It's
innate,
like,
yeah.
this is what a man should do. I don't care black, white, but he is, you know, I just put all my trust and so I do submit to him because he's worthy of that.
Ooh. Straight up. Give a round of applause for Black Love, y'all. We gonna meet another power couple here in the Chicagoland area later for our special guest. But man, y'all niggas need y'all own emoji. Y'all need an emoji. Just a couple. Just a power couple. Same height ratio and everything. Glasses. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
For me, I would say a gentleman that has drive and ambition. A person that knows exactly what they want, even if they don't know all the steps to get there, they have that drive and ambition to even try to learn, to go after those things,
Type shit.
and basically know how to put some steps forward and to be, achieve at all things in life. So I think, especially with a lot of women, and most of the men are saying the exact same thing, is drive and ambition. A person that really wants to go after what they want to go for.
What I'm hearing is growth. Pass it over to Jordy. What I'm hearing is growth and development. Arlene, is that all right? So shout out GDs. They let the GDs in the door. If any GDs looking for a date, you got one. Go ahead, Jordy.
This question because I think we're thinking a lot about how we'll build community
And if you don't date black, that's okay, I guess. So, but if you do, I think that's why this talks about community. But I think about a leader. It's a lot of niggas who are followers. They
That
always
part.
want to do something the next nigga doing. And so I would say, like, somebody who's got their own plan and who's on point with it and who accepts that, you know, if things go another way, that's probably good because it went even better than you planned. But if
Type
you're
shit.
not on point with just an idea about how to lead, then I guess you're a good, like, Instagram friend, Facebook friend.
Man, gonna keep it in that lane. Stay in your lane, nigga. She said, fuck a friend zone. You in the follower zone, goddammit. You might not even get a response. Go ahead, Lizzie G.
Yes.
Talk your talk.
I love a man of God. I feel like if you are a man of God, everything else falls into place.
Straight up.
Of course, I love a man with a vision, a goal-getter, a leader, all of that, but I feel like all of that will fall into place if you know who you are and you have that faith and that relationship with God.
Straight up. Straight up. Kick it over to Medina, then we're gonna come to Tally, we're gonna go to the next question. Thank y'all for y'all comments. These are good.
Yeah, they are. And I appreciate y'all input, for real. This man right here know how to get on my nerves, but I love him.
He said guilty as charged.
I love him for who he is and his true essence. When I met him, it was his energy that brought me in.
Energy.
I mean, he's handsome, don't get me wrong, but it was his energy and the way that he presents himself and how he operates. Like, I can't get enough.
Damn. Y'all remember that?
Young black love.
Do you remember? Y'all remember being young and lovely? That shit was different, bro.
Beautiful thing.
That shit was different. Yeah, get up a towel, G. Dap your shit. Yeah. Go ahead, Tally. Wrap us up on this one.
I love
Young black love, G. Straight up.
I love to see men who have a profound respect and adoration and support for women.
Mm-hmm.
From his mama to his daughter
Yeah.
to his neighbor to his sister to his woman. You talked about men being followers. I think a lot of this cheating and stuff that goes on around, that's all men following.
Yeah.
That's them thinking, that's society making men feel like that's what men are supposed to do. I feel like that's society making men feel like men in particular weren't put here to be in monogamous relationships.
Right.
I feel like that's men trying to prove a point. A man who can satisfy and focus and hone in on one woman, his one woman, especially when he committed to that one woman, especially if he married that one woman who wants to be in a monogamous relationship. If she's into polyamory, that's their thing.
Right.
But if she's not, and that's what she's expecting from him, and that's what he agreed to, I love to see a man who can uphold that. I love to see a man here. I told them when I met them last month, at this event last month.
She mountain
I
high.
told them I love to see a man who can support his woman.
Straight up.
You know,
Straight up. Clap for that, yo, please. Y'all clap for orangutan titties and y'all ain't clapping for the real shit. Come on, man. Wake up, niggas.
This young lady is an entrepreneur. She is ambitious, and he is right by her side. And I'm sure she would do the same thing for him, and probably does the same thing for him. But I love seeing them, him literally being her right hand man.
Yeah.
That is so attractive on a man when he can support his woman while leading as well, naturally.
Yeah.
And when a man can check a person, I'm not saying a woman or he needs to check his woman, but when a man can check people in a way that's not overly aggressive and where he's not trying too hard, when he can just say something, when he doesn't have to raise his voice, when he doesn't have to be disrespectful, when he doesn't have to insult somebody, but he can get his point across and get you to move how he wants you to move, but you feel respected at the same time, that shit is sexy as hell.
I think about Lawrence Fishburne in the movie Hoodlum. He told that nigga, he said, Illinois, don't make me raise up. Long hand ass nigga. Go ahead.
Hey, real quick, Tally, on your point, that's
the
legit
same,
as
but
hell
okay.
because I had a young lady tell me one time, she said she be trying to talk to these men and she be telling them like, You gotta be a certain type of dude to tell your woman to shut the fuck up, and she shut the fuck up. If you don't carry yourself in a manner for you to tell your woman to shut the fuck up, she not going to. You gotta carry yourself in, and it's not saying shut the fuck up to be vulgar, like you said, and disrespectful. It's just she was going to the extreme to say, if you want to tell your, hey, look, chill, I got this. She gotta know that she can trust that you got that.
Yeah.
So that's legit as hell, and I love that.
That's that provider, protector, producer that Regina was talking about. Real quick, we're gonna go to the next question in relationships, but I do just want to shout out the young couple real quick because I ain't gonna tell y'all all our business and how we connected, but I will tell you this. When I asked the brother, you know, like, what's to you, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you be on? As we just meeting and, you know what I'm saying, getting to know each other, he was like, man, I just like to go out, work, like not go out, but go out to work, earn my money, and come home and take care of my woman. And I said, damn, nigga, how old are you? How old are you, Dre? 23? Do you know what my answer would have been at 23?
Y'all know.
Bruh. But I'm gonna close us out with this on this particular question. One thing that I didn't hear the ladies mention that I feel is universal, but skews a little bit heavier towards a woman, is something that really attracts y'all, is a nigga that has a woman.
No.
If we're talking for real, maybe I'm talking about hoes. Maybe I ain't talking about women. Maybe I'm talking about hoes. I'm sorry. I was confused. But I have heard that it's attractive when a man is like unavailable. And you're like, shit, I could ruin that household.
I mean, it's attractive. Don't get me wrong. Like, yeah.
I'm just saying, ain't nobody say that though.
That ain't what we looking for.
I don't know. That's what Nia Long looking for now is a nigga that's in something so she can get in something and get right back out. But go ahead. What else we got in relationships?
Okay, next question. What was the biggest lesson from your worst breakup?
What was the biggest lesson from your worst
breakup?
I don't have bad breakups, first of all. I had like
don't
3.
have them. Let's ask the other person. Right.
Oh, they be having bad breakups with me, but it's like I can't speak for them. But I would say this, in the not so good breakups that we say that, like if you want to say out of all the women that I've loved and adored throughout my life, anyone that I am no longer rocking with like that, we still cool. You know what I'm saying? We're still friends and friendly. I still love them.
Were they cool right after?
I mean, who is? No, nobody would be cool losing me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a cool thing to do. But I will say that one of the biggest lessons that I learned, and I know it might sound cliche, and y'all may have heard me say this before, but when it comes to love, the key is, and it's a feel, it's a vibe, it's an energy, but you don't want to stay too long and you don't want to leave too soon. You feel me? You feel me? Because it's like, you know, you could get into a situation, you know it's toxic, and it done ran its course, but you're just comfortable in this familiar hell as opposed to cutting it off and maybe exploring an unfamiliar heaven.
Well, look, Calvin don't stay too long, okay?
Nah, I leave too early. I typically leave too early. But that's because I think I got mama issues. I think I'm discovering that in therapy, if we gonna keep it 100%. I think I have mother issues, and I don't really trust women. So I be kind of like, it ain't nothing that cut that. So, very quick, chip toenail polish, you're out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could be the smallest infraction, but it's because I think I have this deep desire to have the most meaningful relationships in my life as it pertains to women, my mom, my daughter, who I've been, be fixed before I would ever feel comfortable having that with a woman that's outside of that circle, because I feel like, how dare I be in love and have this with this woman, and I don't have that with my mom or my daughter. I'm just being 100. But that's just growth and development. Shout out to the GDs, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it's self-awareness. At the end of the day, I know kind of where I'm at with things. I know I still got a ways to go before I'm willing to and ready to share my all with someone. That's why I don't really be presenting myself as that. So I don't really break up with nobody because I don't really go with nobody. You know what I'm saying? That part. All right, let's hear from somebody else. Biggest lesson learned from a breakup?
Respect people's triggers and traumas, man. Like a lot of the times we deal with people, man, and we don't know where they came from and what they got going on in their life and what type of work they doing to repair that.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times you get with somebody and on a surface level, it's like going shopping. When you go in that store, you see that shit in there and you like, man, I want to put this on. That might look good on me. But then when you put it on, it don't look good on you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta respect people's like, You don't know if somebody had issues with their mom and dad fighting or nothing like that.
We all did. That's the thing. We all did.
Right. So you got to be.
Have we healed from
to
them?
what level? Like if it was abuse, if it was something like that, and people might be reacting to things that you might think are lower level, but to them, it's
everything.
Of the utmost.
Very triggering.
To them. And then that creates the tension between you guys. So I just think you got to really get to know people and respect like where they came from, so that y'all can grow together. Because if you don't, like Calvin said, you're gonna stay too long or you're gonna leave too early. You know, and I had situations where I stayed too long.
Way too long.
Like I saw some things that was happening, I'm like, nah, you know what, maybe I'm leaving too early.
Right.
Maybe I'm not giving a chance, maybe I need to love more. And I'm like, man, I pour out more love, I be more vulnerable. And then it's like, okay, you've been vulnerable, but I still got my triggers and traumas, and this is what it is. And you,
right.
And like,
I'm me.
And don't get it twisted of what I'm saying, because y'all only hearing my end of it, y'all not hearing the other person's end. So everybody, it's two sides to the story. But the lesson that I learned is to just be more aware. You know, watch things. I'm not looking for red flag, that social media shit. I'm not.
Right.
I give everybody 100% chance from the beginning. But you just got to be real with me. When we start running into problems like that, I'm going to be asking you, where did that stem from?
Right.
Because I don't operate like that. So we shouldn't be in here doing none of this. Where's this stemming from? Did I say something that triggered something else? Did I do something that reminded you of something else?
Right.
What was
to it?
Let me know, so that we can actually really work on this and we can stop sweeping it under the rug where, like you say, I'm going to leave too soon or I might stay too long if I'm not aware.
Let's kick it over to Darla. Oh, Jordan. Kick it to Jordan and then Darla. And okay, Medina, you got something?
Really
Who else
quick.
is pointing at? Oh, go ahead next.
Oh yeah, just really quick. I mean, I don't have kids, so I don't necessarily know what it feels like to have to co-parent, you know, within or outside or after a relationship. But I do know if there's nothing that comes as a burden dealing with that, you do have an obligation, if you cared about somebody, to spread love. Even if you're upset, even if, you know, something happened, that's the most important thing. And that's the most special thing and the best karmic thing you can do. Spread love no matter what happens.
Straight up.
That's all I was going to say.
High road shit. Kick it over to Dre and then come to Darla. I want to hear y'all perspective. I'll say this while y'all get the mic together. Or if somebody else has something to say, it's open mic. But I think another big thing that you take away from these relationships is just kind of understanding your response to shit, right? Because it's like, you might think that your shit don't stink, but when somebody takes the lowest road possible, your real self gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? It's not just when things are peachy keen and, you know, it's all sunshine and rainbows or whatever the saying is, right? It's like when it rains and it's pouring cats and dogs outside, who will you be in those moments? So I think sometimes you're not just learning stuff about that other person or relationships, you learn a lot about yourself in those traumatic experiences. Go ahead, Dre.
All right, so how y'all doing?
What
so
up,
I heard
boy?
about, like, I'm mentioned a few times, so I figured I should grab the mic anyway.
Go ahead.
Hey, I had this one experience, I'm gonna keep it bright, but I was chasing this person for about 10 years, and that was a whole thing in itself. I ain't gonna go too much into it, but the lessons that I learned from it was kind of like a two-parter. It was one in longevity don't equal loyalty. That was one of it, and people will use you and not want anything to do with you at the same time.
Damn. And this nigga 23.
And I will
use you and don't want nothing to do with you at the same time.
That in learning both of these lessons, after learning them and after taking the lessons that I was supposed to take from them, it opened my heart enough in order for me to meet her. Like,
come on, man.
Which
Come
I
on,
consider
man.
to be the love of my life.
Because the opposite approach would have been niggas would have went ice cold. I'm finna get my lick back, go through my whole phase and forget about it. I'm finna drown in some, you know what I'm saying? And you took the higher road, you took the grown man road. We see you, bro. We applaud you for that. Who else has something to say? Oh, we got in the back. Deontay.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's in it?
I think something that I learned is that I'm not a therapist, right? And so
You said,
I
I'm
think,
a lawyer.
I'm a lawyer, not a therapist. But you know what? I think in a past situation, or naturally, I'm a problem solver. So I would get with somebody. To me, everything would look great on the surface. Everything would be great on paper. But then this person will come and they will leave their baggage in my room. And I typically will be willing to take on that baggage. I had to realize that I'm not a therapist. I can't fix that person, right? Typically, let's say it comes with trust or something like that. I'm never going to give you a reason to distrust me, but you cannot make it impossible for you to trust me, right? And so for me, any situation that I'm getting into right now, you know, I'm not perfect, obviously, right? But I want to make sure that I'm the best me that I am given to you.
Straight up.
And I want the same thing from you because I can't fix you.
Yeah.
So if I have to fix you or you have to fix me, the foundation from the beginning is already rocky. So how can we build from that?
Come on now.
Right. So for me going forward, I just make sure that, you know, I can't be a therapist. And if I recognize that, I think that gives us a solid foundation.
Great job, man. Clap it up for my man Deontay, man. He got some dope shit going on throughout the city I'll tell y'all about. Let's kick it over to Darla right quick, and then we're going to wrap up. Okay, Gary, say your point while you coming up here and walking the mic to Darla.
You should meet people's parents. Do it the old school way. Know what the fuck you getting involved with. It's just like puppies. If you got 2 docile puppies, you have a nice little puppy that runs around and makes you happy. He don't piss on the floor. You ain't got to get pads. If you got a Rottweiler that was crazy as hell and a, calm, you're going to have something in the middle. So you need to know what you date, basically. I'm not calling women out their name subliminally. None of that stuff. But
We didn't even think of that.
Yeah, 'cause I use dogs, and I don't want nobody to be all weirded out about it.
I see what you did there.
But I'm just saying, just because of how genes work, you need to know what you date, and that's all.
That's real.
Don't make it a lesson.
Right, give it a dollar right here in the front. And I will say this, another big lesson that I personally learned is that, and this is not just with romantic relationships, but just in relationships, period, is that you be thinking it's okay, if not cool, how people treat other people, or should I say mistreat other people. And you be like, damn, man, shorty a menace, man, shorty a bitch, man, shorty go hard while they bam. Not knowing that, nigga, your turn is coming. So you sit here and watch how somebody, like you said, disrespects their father, they're gonna disrespect you as a father. You know what I'm saying? You see how somebody talks shit about their girls behind their back. Well, you're her boy at this point. She's gonna talk shit about you to them behind your back. And vice versa, niggas too. I'm saying it happens with just relationships, period. So I wanna throw that out. Darla, close us out, and then we'll close the show out.
I didn't ask for this, but...
But you were offered it. You were offered it. Biggest lesson you've learned, even if it was vicariously from watching somebody else's relationship, right? But it don't have to be your relationship. But the biggest takeaway that you've seen from a bad breakup. Shit, have you seen the movie The Breakup with Jen and Vince Vaughn?
I would say believe people's actions versus their words, because people always say, I love you, I love you, I love you, but love doesn't look like a lot of things that they're doing. And I would also say, and to also kind of piggyback off that, when people show you who they are, believe them.
Believe them the first time. I know you was gonna add to the conversation, girl. Give it up for Darla one time, y'all. Say it up. All right. And with that, I think that about wraps us up for this week's episode of This, That, and the Third. Literally, we thank you all for tuning in and turning up. That's on the live. We thank you all for pulling up and popping out. James, you can get that to Miranda. We thank you all for pulling up and popping out to a live taping of Third Thursday. Once again, man, tell a friend to check us out on all social media and streaming platforms by searching This, That, and the Third, with the third spell I, like the Roman numeral 3. Once again, it's been a pleasure serving as your host. It's your boy, Calvin Leroy King, the third. My lovely co-hosts with the mostest, Miss Rici, Pieci, the one and only. And we are the Undisputed King and Queen of Chicago Podcast. Check us out. All right. And now we're going to move to our special guest segment. So can y'all give a round of applause for Miranda from Plate 4-5 coming to the stage? No, James probably turned it up. Tally.
1, 2.
There we go. I just love them. They are definitely the undisputed king and queen of podcasts. And I am Miranda Stanberry Wallace. I'm so happy to be here.
collabing with This, That, and the Third and Play 45 as a collab of P345. Play 45 uplifts entrepreneurs and serves as a safe space for us to connect with each other, Black entrepreneurs in particular. So if this is not the space, then we wouldn't be doing what we need to do. But I'm not going to even spend this time talking about Play 45 because you can Google Play 45. I got to introduce y'all to our special guest today. Killing it in so many different lanes, but today they're here representing their brand, Black Couples of Chicago. And if you haven't linked up with them, we're talking about Black love. If you haven't linked up with them, you need to. We have done so many things like bowling. We do trips. They have several trips coming up that I'll let them tell you about. But I don't want to take up any more time. Annette and Patrick, please come share your gifts.
Give them a round of applause, y'all, as they come, Wizard. There you go, there you go. Y'all can do better than that. Clap it up, clap it up. All right. So as I heard, give it up for Miranda from Play 45 one time. It's a lot of Black excellence in the building, y'all. So when we wrap up after this special segment, please mix, mingle, meet, greet, the whole nine, you know what I'm saying? But man, we gonna get into it like we never left. For this special segment, we gonna do like we typically do on This and the Third. We don't do introductions, we don't do link and bio. We let people introduce themselves. So please, Black excellence power couple, tell the people who we rocking with tonight.
So I am Annette Jean-Jacques.
And my name is Patrick Jean-Jacques.
And we are the founders of Black Couples Chicago.
Okay.
Black Couples Chicago, we started as a Facebook group, and we are doing so many amazing things. What we try to do is each month, we try to have events for Black couples.
Okay.
We celebrate Black love, Black couples, Black families, and we try to build the Black community.
Okay. I like that.
And if I may add, this really came from just realizing that there's a need to showcase Black love, and it's just not enough of it, whether it's on social media or you don't see it, you know, as much anywhere. And it was just something that I felt like this was something that was worth really showing.
Okay.
Have you all, because I watched the series, it comes on, it's called Black Love. Have you all checked that out?
Yes, I've seen it.
Do you tap into it? You like the show?
Yeah, definitely.
So is that similar to what you're doing with your Facebook?
So with that, I haven't seen the show recently, but
Okay.
I remember seeing it in the beginning when it first started.
Yeah.
So I really cannot relate to it like what they're doing recently. But what we try and do with our Facebook group, we definitely try to encourage one another, like in the community, to post their dates, their date nights, any positive things that they're doing in the community, even with the families. It's just really promoting and just really pushing like Black love and celebrating it and being bold and proud and happy about it.
And I would say that also for some of the events, usually when we, like for, was it Couples Giving that we had last year?
Nice.
What we did was we sat down, we met other couples. We had couples who were together for, 20 years, 30 years, and we sat down, heard their love story. So very similar to Black love, essentially. They talked about their love story, and one of the biggest takeaways we had about that was we left feeling like rejuvenated, like a battery was recharged. We were honest about our relationships, some of the things we struggled with, some of the things that we were really, enjoy about one another. And it was just a wonderful feeling, just, walking away from that, seeing other people who were in couples or relationships and really loved their mates.
So,
go ahead, because I want to get into
what's your
it.
love story?
Yo.
How did you
How'd
all
y'all
meet?
meet? How long y'all been together? What's the tea?
I'll let them start.
Go ahead.
So, 10 years ago?
So our daughter is 11.
11, so.
Get it right. So you have to be
11 and 9 months.
So more than 11 years, more than 12.
Get them together. This is Black coupling. This is Black coupling.
So we've been married for 7 years, but we met about 13 and a half years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
13 years ago,
There we
I
go.
was out with my friends, and it was at the Crimson Lounge. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I remember the Crimson Lounge.
We remember.
I was out. I was out at the Crimson Lounge, and I saw this beautiful woman walk past. She was with her friend. And I was with my boys. I walked over, and Annette turned around and just walked away completely.
Stank face, exit stage left.
So I was by myself, and I asked her friend what, her name was, and she told me her name was Annette. And after that, I went ahead and introduced myself to Annette. And she kind of gave me a little bit of that attitude that you were talking about early on. And she seemed really not interested in me. But I talked with her, and I felt like we had a little thing going on. And so later on, I asked her for a number, and she said, I don't give my number out.
Well, we not gonna do it, right?
And so what I did was I said, well, you seem really nice. I'd love to hang out with you. Even if it's just a conversation or something like that, we could go out and get something to eat. I tried my best to really convince her. And she said, all right, how about you give me your number? And so I thought that was like, okay, we're going to exchange numbers. And so I put out my phone, and she did not pull out her phone. And I said, well, how are you going to remember my number? And she said, I'll just remember it. And so I told her my number, and I felt defeated because I was like, man.
She not going to call.
She's done wasted my time. I've been sitting there talking with her. She's not going to call. And so I walked back to my boys, and I was like, man, I thought we had a connection. And about like 10 or 15 minutes later, I got a text message, and it was like, hi, I'm Annette. And so, do you remember my number?
I like that though, Z. That's that aggressively passive I was talking about. Who the fuck remembers 10 sequential digits in 2009? It was a recession. We have other stuff to worry about. And she memorized this man's number. And I like the fact that you didn't, because I know sometimes, I don't know the rules, it's like double texting is a no-no and whoop-de bam and third. You text 15 minutes later, that's aggressive. Is it not?
Not back then.
Not back in 2000.
Like,
Okay, we gotta remember the time and setting. We gotta remember the time and
none
setting.
of that meant anything.
Okay, I'm just
I
saying.
don't know anything about swipe left or any of the dating sites, so I guess
Yeah,
now
I
things
get you,
make
I
it a
get
little
you.
bit different.
Right.
But back then it's just like, let me text.
But I'm just saying, like,
if I don't.
Yeah, now that's real based on that situation. But like, it's niggas that be so thirsty nowadays. They be like, let me get your number. All right, let me call it right now to make sure it's your number. You be like, yo, it's my mom's number. It's a house phone.
Don't call
Chill out, bro. But this is what I want to get into. What constitutes a couple? What constitutes a couple? Because I can sit here and be interested in a young lady, and we done went to see Woman King, and then we went to Top Golf, and now y'all having an event. I'm like, shit, I eventually, you know what I'm saying, we'll get to that level. Maybe we go learn from some experts. But when it's like too soon to be coming to y'all events versus soon enough, you know what I'm saying? Like, what constitutes a couple? You gotta be married, you gotta be dating for a long amount of time, what?
You don't need to be married.
Okay.
You need to feel like you're in the relationship, like you are committed. So whatever the two people feel, because some people, they don't desire to be married. So if you
We have a lot of entanglements in the crowd. A lot of them.
But if you feel like you are in a committed relationship, or it's something that's special that you have with your partner, like we're open to having you, join us.
Right.
And we're open to same-sex relationships. We're open to.
Y'all progressive. Y'all progressive. I like that.
Come and hang out with us, I
need somebody to come with me now. You gonna go with me? Can we go together?
No.
See, I don't have that. I don't have that, unfortunately. I watch y'all live stream. I watch.
Y'all, stop
the
letting
event,
Calvin
bro.
fool
Let's
y'all.
go, Jay.
He got a list, okay?
Stop it. Stop it. Like, seriously, fucking stop it, bro. And secondly, no, I don't. But describe an event that y'all have had in the past and like what couples can expect to experience when they come see you.
Well, last month we had our first big event for the year was the adult prom.
Nice.
We had the adult prom at the South Shore Cultural Center.
I saw that. I was golfing. Joe left. We was golfing at South Shore, and I ran into Norm from Norm's Bistro. He said he was catering the adult prom. And I'm talking about they was pulling up in Phantoms with sparkly shoes like the kids be wearing, and like they was dressed to the nines. I like
we
that.
partnered with another organization, which is Sassy Thrifters, so we collaborated for that event, and it was amazing. We enjoyed ourselves. We had a good time.
Nice.
But each month we try to do one event. So
the month of October, we will be, the families will be going together to the fall festival to take the kids to the petting zoo. What do they call it?
Pumpkin patch type vibe. Yeah.
So we're going to do that.
A little autumn. Y'all know today the first day of autumn.
Yeah.
Shout out to sweater weather. My favorite time of the year.
And so we have couples giving in November, which we'll be doing a wine tasting, and then each couple can bring one dish and put out there, and we can all just, it's a way to celebrate and be grateful and show gratitude for our mates, and just to show love.
Show love. So it's open to different sexual preferences. Is it open to different ethnicities, or?
It is all about black love.
Come on, Shaq. You gotta be unapologetically black, dog.
So one person in the relationship
has to be black. Must identify as black.
Yes.
But if you have a drop of black in you, you're black. So what if they play that card? Like, yo.
Come on, as long as you're showing love for black people and you're willing to hang out with us and join us, come on.
Present your bonnet emoji at the door, and you're in this bitch. Go ahead. I know you want to get some more information from them. How can we tap in with you? That'd be our biggest thing. Like, how do we find you? How do we connect? How do we build?
Absolutely. So on Facebook, we have an open Facebook group, which is Black Couple Chicago. We also have a Facebook page, which is Black Couple Chicago. Instagram, Black Couple Chicago, and blackcouplechicago.com.
Okay, Black Couple Chicago. You all go follow, check it out. Oh, international.
Oh, well.
Y'all going on a Tom Joyner cruise? What y'all doing?
All right, where y'all going?
So next year for Sweetest Day, not this year, but next year
so
for
February
Sweetest
2024.
Weekend. So not for Valentine's Day, but for Sweetest.
September.
So we're going to give people a whole year to pay for the trip, but we're going to Cancun next year, and adults only. It is for adults. Well, the resort is for adults.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
How large are these events?
So it depends on sometimes we can have anywhere from, 10 couples, or we may have, it just depends, 8 couples. It depends. Last month at the prom, we had 160 people.
It was a lot of people. I gave a nigga my parking pass when I was heading out. Like, man, God bless you, brother. Y'all look like y'all deserve to be here, man, and park for free. All right, so this is my thing, Z. We gonna play a game, if that's cool with y'all. We play a game on this and the third every time we have a special guest, and it's simply called This, That, and the Third. Now, the rules are very simple. We're gonna ask you 3 questions, and you just have to answer honestly and from the heart. You ready to play?
All right, yeah.
All right, so this is this, or you want it?
I can go.
Go ahead, this is this.
Okay, so what attracted you to him romantically?
Type shit.
Okay. So our first date, when we went out, he was so attentive. He was listening. It seemed like no one else was in the room. He was just tuned in, like.
That nigga near sliding.
And I just felt like, oh my gosh, like he's just like.
Where'd y'all go for your first date?
What's the place over there on Hubbard?
Y'all went to like a steakhouse restaurant type shit?
No, it's one of the Rocket Bar.
Rocket Bar. Okay,
I don't know
yeah.
if they're still around.
They around. Y'all at Rocket Bar, he just in tune. It's just y'all two only.
Yes, and I remember texting my girlfriend that when I met him, the girl I was out with that night, I texted her and I'm like, I think I like someone.
That's a good text.
Yeah, and she's like, who? So, yeah.
What I will say on a first date, and this is, I don't know if I'm supposed to be answering your question, but so on
You're
a
a couple.
first date,
You're one.
After our first date, we had a great moment. It was wonderful. I walked her downstairs. She had valeted her car. I took a cab, and so we were, in the conversation, and the valet came out. She went ahead and paid for the valet and everything. She was about to get in the car, and I was like, hey, it was nice meeting you. Gave her a hug. I'm walking away, and I hear her voice, and she was like, hey, Patrick. And so I turned around. I thought she was going to ask for a kiss or something like that. And I was like,
Wait, I was sitting there, okay.
So, I walk over. I tried to channel my inner Denzel or whatever.
Right.
Can you dig it,
baby? Can you feel it, baby?
I walk over, and she said, hey, Patrick, I want to tell you something. I probably will not call you back again. And I was like, man, what did I do wrong? And she said, I just want to let you know something. When you take a woman out, you take her all the way out. The valet came over, asked me to pay for my valet. You didn't offer to pay. And to me, that's a no-no. And I said, well, how much was the valet? She said, $10. I said, I only have a 20, please keep that change.
Right.
And I said, if there's ever a time in which you need to tell me that I'm doing something wrong, let me know because I want to try and correct it.
Be better. I wanna be. Baby girl, you make me better. Hear that?
Deserves a slow clap.
I like it. Straight up, see. No, black love. Yeah, y'all give it up for that. Y'all give it up for that. Because, man, it's like, that's a vulnerable position. I like the way she
I like
plays
that
the
she
game.
said
dog.
something.
Right.
Yeah.
She's not just going to let you fail.
Yeah.
She's going to let you fail. And then she's going to help you,
Get it right.
learn your lesson from the failure. So I like that. All right, so that was this. This is that. Let's say if you all had to redo your wedding day, because wedding days be like, if you had to redo your wedding day, I know everybody be like, oh no, even though the bad parts, I'll never change it. Fuck that shit. On some real, if y'all had to redo your wedding day, what's one thing that y'all would change and why? About your wedding day.
Not a thing.
Come on, man. Well, this is for you then.
Man.
It could have been good,
Go
but
ahead and
you
say
wanted it to be great. It could have been good. Don't have to be a bad thing.
I'm gonna be honest. Come on. You know, I probably wouldn't have spent some. We tell
the truth.
I think a big lesson that we learned was
tell the truth.
You know, it's we tried to make it for other people more so than it was for us. And the most important thing is one another. And I think we should have really should have tapped into like what makes one another happy instead of just trying to really make it for other people, because even after the wedding, it was just continuously us saying, all right, well, this person was upset about us saying this and all this stuff, instead of us just being really happy for one another.
Yeah.
And so
that's real.
That's something I would change.
I appreciate
You
that.
asked, what would I change?
I did.
Not a thing.
Said nothing.
Okay, I was gonna say, because you pointed, but you sticking with the story.
said. Okay.
I like that. She said, no, that was all purposeful. But no, I think, and people, I think, need to know that, right? Because people will tell you, like, nah, you should just go all out and woo-wah-dee bam, this and the third. But people that have been on the other side of that will let you know it's the same people that was at your wedding that'll be hating on you if it wasn't to work out in the long run. So it's like, kind of like, who is it really for? Who should it really be for? So I like that answer. Go ahead. This is the third.
Okay, so what is one thing you wish someone would have told you about marriage that you found out after?
She has an answer. I'll take this one.
When you are getting married, you are marrying the entire family.
And we're going to leave it there.
Leave it at that.
Leave it there.
Open for interpretation.
I got it.
We see what you mean. We see what you mean.
I think everyone says marriage is hard, but I really do think that it really helps when both people are really committed. And I know that it may seem a little vague, but we're a normal relationship, a normal marriage, and we have hard moments. One thing that we've always done, what we try and do is every month we have marriage therapy. We make sure we do that every month, irrespective. Sometimes we do it more often, but it's something that we do because it's a good opportunity for us to just revisit everything and then talk about what we can do to improve, and it really helps us to sharpen our tool as it relates to being married. We both are committed to being with each other for the rest of our lives, and we have 2 adorable daughters.
Nice.
And we acknowledge that we're not perfect human beings, and we're willing to try and grow together and try and learn together and try and figure it out. And I always appreciate that about her.
Come on, y'all clap it up, man. Told myself I wouldn't cry. That's deep, though. People want their parents to be like y'all, goddamn.
Yeah.
On the real. Any closing remarks before we close you out? You had something to say? Nah, I thought you just took the mic like you had something to say. If not, okay, cool. All right, so tell them once again how they can keep in tune with you, tap in with you, and support you.
Sure. Our Facebook page is Black Couple Chicago, as well as the Facebook group. I think there's more activity probably in our Facebook group, which is Black Couple Chicago, and Instagram, which is Black Couple Chicago.
All right.
Our website.
Straight like that. Give it up one time for Black Couple Chicago, y'all. Say it up, man. Y'all, please tap in with them. Tune in with their movement, I'll call it. You know what I'm saying? And even if it's not for you, it might be for somebody in your circle. And I think that's the biggest thing, if I can just close with this, the biggest thing about Third Thursdays is connecting, not the dots, but the circles. I think the dots are already connected. Now it's about connecting those circles and making that 6 degrees of separation lower, lower, and lower, all right? So I think that about wraps us up for this exclusive segment of This, That, and the Third. Literally. We thank you all for tuning in and turning up for another dope segment brought to you by This, That, and the Third, the lifestyle show that gives you life. Be sure to tell a friend to tune in and turn up with us each and every time you're on any social media platforms or streaming sites by searching This, That, and the Third with the third spell I, like the Roman numeral 3. Once again, it's been a pleasure serving as your host. It's been your boy, Calvin Leroy King, the third. My lovely co-hostess with the mostest, Ms. Rici, Pieci, the one and only. And we are the Undisputed King and Queen of Chicago Podcast. Check us out.